obesity-related deaths have climbed to more than 300,000 a year. Do you see some of this in your practice, Dr. Mark?
I see this in my practice every day, and it's getting worse. In addition to being obese, that translates to an increased amount of diabetes that we're seeing in the office, and that too is getting worse. So it's like every month at least I see 2 or 3 new diabetics. It is increasing, and it's related quite a bit to what we're eating.
Wow. 2 or 3 a week.
A month.
A month of diabetes.
Right.
Now, I just saw an article that talked about the new diabetes cases that are manifesting. I mean, what's causing so much diabetes? What are we eating that's causing the diabetes so much? Dr. Angela or Dr. Marshall?
Well, I think it's the high starch foods, and I think part of it is because it goes back to we're eating too much. A lot of us aren't real active, so we don't need to eat as much as we do. Everything that we eat, whatever our body doesn't use, is stored, and it's stored as fat. When we take in too much sugar or too much starch, and our body doesn't need it, it gets into our circulation, and it doesn't get into the cells where it belongs, and that's what causes the problems with diabetes. The body can't metabolize or break down or utilize the glucose as it should, and we get things such as what you've heard. You may have heard in the news of insulin resistance.
Right.
Or the pancreas, which is the organ that produces insulin, doesn't work as well, so we don't get enough insulin. Insulin is like the key. I liken it like a key to a lock, and the cell being the house or the door to a house. And insulin is the key to open the door to allow the sugar or the glucose to get into the cell where it should be. Well, if you have too many houses and not enough keys, and that's what happens with obesity.
That's an excellent example.
You can't get the sugar to where it belongs, or if you don't have enough insulin, you don't have enough keys to open the lock, or with insulin resistance or lack of insulin sensitivity, the key don't work as well. It's like you ever had a key that, don't quite fit the lock, and you're trying to jimmy it, but the key doesn't fit as well. So in either case, what happens is the glucose stays out in the bloodstream instead of getting into the cells where it belongs, and that's what causes all the problems that we see with diabetes, the eye problems. It's kind of like having rust in pipes. It's not supposed to be there. The symptoms that you have of diabetes, the increased thirst and the increased urination, because the body is trying to get rid of it. That's what by nature, the body is a magnificent creation, and so it's trying to heal itself of the excess that it doesn't need.
Very good. Mm-hmm. I see that our friend from Albany State University, world-renowned motivational speaker and trainer, Dr. Joshua Murfree, has joined us. Dr. Murfree, how you doing?
Just fine, my friend Mark, because I was enjoying the conversation from Doc. It was beautiful. I love the explanation. So how you all doing today?
We're fine.
Okay, great.
Good to have you on. Dr. Murfree, it says on my research that in America, 65% of Americans are overweight, and while 30% are considered obese, it says that the percentage of African-American women is said to be overweight by 70%, while 50% are considered obese. Why do you think that so many people are just obese and overweight in 2008? What's going on with us?
Well, people eat, and they eat a lot. People are hollering and screaming that they got a gland problem. Yeah, they have a salivation gland problem. It's an appetite stimulus. That just simply means that people want to eat when they feel bad. They want to eat when they feel good. It's subliminal. It's like if you go to a party, you go to a basketball game or a football game, you go to the movies. So people can go to the movie theater, haven't eaten prior to going there, and they still have to have popcorn with butter on it and everything else. It's kind of like it makes them feel good when they can eat, and then they look a year and a half later on, and they're looking like, oh, my goodness, where did this weight come from? Well, all you got to do is stop and just think about anything that you did extra in between meals. But for people, I take that again to the appetitive stimulus. It's like it seduces one to believe that if I eat and I'm probably feeling good and I'm doing good and so forth and so on, and we simply overeat. That's why we have taste buds. And when we overeat, gustation takes over, and because it tastes good, we continue to do it. And we'll go back the next night, and we don't necessarily need the movie theater. We don't necessarily need the barbecue. We don't necessarily need the Thanksgiving dinner, the Christmas dinner. We just start saying, I'm going to try this, because when I went to a party or a cookout, somebody had something that tastes good, so I'm going to see, can I make that same dish? And we overeat. And the other thing that we do, too, we eat beyond the point of fullness. Sometimes people say, I want to eat, because our parents many years ago, you know, some of y'all used to get spankings for not eating all your food.
Right. Definitely.
And think about it. People now, you look at your plate, man, I'm going to clean my plate. Some people pick the plate up and lick it. And it's like when you get full, you need to quit. Now, not being a physician, there's a part of the brain called the lateral medial hypothalamus. That part of the brain says that you've had enough. When people eat beyond that, the lateral medial hypothalamus is saying to people, now wait a minute, you've overeaten.
Join Brother Marcus on the Brother Marcus Show every Sunday at 8 p.m. on the internet. Our website is www.blogtalkradio.com/Brother Marcus Show. That's www.blogtalkradio.com/Brother Marcus Show. When you visit this site, you can log on to the website and hear all of our previous shows that we have archived for you. The Brother Marcus Show is a national and international show that is open to all guests and callers regardless of race, creed, class, color, or religious affiliation. Week after week, we have discussions about what's going on in this country and in this society. Mark our shows as one of your favorites. Please rate our shows that you listen to and add comments to the show. Thank you in advance, and God bless you and your family in 2009. For further information, please call Brother Marcus Studios at 404-542-3808. That's 404-542-3808. Our website again is www.blogtalkradio.com/Brother Marcus Show. Thank you again, and bless you all.